green card, and then if it's returned, then you send it with a certificate of mailing. And then if it's returned, you do personal service or publish it in a newspaper.
For 3 weeks. Or 4 weeks. California is 4 weeks.
1 day a week for 3 weeks, I think it says in federal rules.
If the county won't record this for you, is that what you're saying?
No, if you're trying to get a hold of somebody that you think is out of business, or that you found is out of business and can't get service on.
Require like a third-party witness?
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I've not been using it.
The certificate of service.
We didn't use a notary to start the transaction,
Yeah.
so why do we need to? You didn't use a notary to send your payments in, so why would you need a notary to do a modification?
Yeah, we don't need it.
That's up to you. So I'm just asking, why would you need it?
If he was, if you gave him a certificate of mailing to fill out, he's no blood, arm's length, that would be recognized as your attempt.
That's right.
Okay? He has no interest in the event.
I think that some of the questions that we're saying to do that is just for record of them being in default and not taking action. So I just think it would hold up stronger. Yeah, it costs a little bit more money. You got to make copies, hold on to them, all that, but
We got to keep our notaries happy and Fern's in her pocket, but we got to find good notaries.
Yeah.
Shameless plug, sorry.
Shameless plug, thank you. One of the other ways you can go so that you do have a neutral third party is you do the certificate of mailing. And it's only like $1.10 or something, and it's at the post office. And there, the clerk takes it, looks to see who it's addressed to, that it matches the little certificate of mailing. They stamp it, it's your receipt. They take it from you and put it in their mail. Now you've got a disinterested third party, neutral.
right.
So you don't need to spend the $10 or whatever else for the notary.
That's the option you were using on the cancel Torah process instead of doing the certified, yeah.
I guess the notary would also testify or witness what was in the envelope.
No.
right. No?
Well, anybody can.
Anybody can.
Oh, anybody.
Yeah,
Anybody can.
He could, I could, as long as we're a disinterested party.
Yes.
But what you guys are going on here is in a controversy. You can't witness for yourself in a controversy. There's no controversy. Everything's already been
just a
satisfied.
directive.
All we're doing is modifying and giving corrections to
Corrections and
the
directives.
servants, right. Now, has anybody in here heard of Robert Arthur Menard?
Yes.
Yeah, have you watched his videos, especially with Lawful Excuse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suggest
From
that's
Canada?
that's a real from Canada. Eh? Yeah, that's a good
What's
one.
the guy's name?
Robert Arthur Menard.
Lawful
He's a
With
comedian.
lawful excuse. With lawful excuse. Yeah, he's got about 12 hours of video on Google. With lawful excuse, I think is the one you should watch first. It's the most recent, and it talks about this kind of thing that we're talking about with the modification.
With lawful excuse.
With lawful excuse, right.
Oh, it doesn't do that?
So what we're going to do is we're going to give them notice of our intention.
Is this for yours?
It's my intention to do this and that and the other. And the notice of intention basically outlines 8 things. It says that we're going to, that the debt's already been satisfied, and then we want the deed of trust to reflect that. We want the deed of trust to reflect that there are no further payments due. We want it to reflect that you can't do negative reports to the credit bureau on a debt that's been satisfied. We want it to reflect that you owe me $10,000 every time you breach the agreement. We want it to reflect that if you don't give me a full reconveyance within 60 days of the debt being satisfied, when was that? 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Then you agree that I can revoke the power of attorney I gave you and substitute a new trustee to issue the full reconveyance in your place.
What's that 3-year thing? Repeat?
Please say that again.
Or the 3-year?
Well, it's all on the documents. You just read the documents. It's all on there. I'm just talking from memory on the documents. But
From the radio.
yeah, it's in that website. It's the modification notice of intent to modify. And I'm just laying out what I want. I'm telling them, because in this deed of trust here, although there is no document in there that says power of attorney, the very fact that you hired them to do something for you is power of attorney. If you hire me to mow your yard for you, you give me power of attorney by operation of law. That's what you just did. I now have the authority to go in and to use the combination on your gate lock or get in your garage and get the weed whacker out or whatever the hell I need to do.
Yep.
I have power of attorney to do that. It doesn't have to be in writing. And not only that, but just because you gave me the authority to mow your yard doesn't mean that you can't keep mowing your yard. But If you gave me power of attorney and you gave me instructions and told me, Jerry, I want you to come to my house every Friday afternoon and mow my yard and I'll give you $20. And I go along and I do that for 6 months. And then all of a sudden, one day you decide you don't want me to come and mow your yard today. Whatever reason, it doesn't matter. You don't have the money for it. Whatever. And you go ahead and go out and mow your yard. But you forget to call me. Thinking that when I show up over there and see that your yard has been mowed, I'm just going to put my shit back in the truck and go. No, I'm not. I have an agreement. The agreement does not say that the grass has to be a certain length. The agreement says cut the grass every Friday afternoon and I will get paid. So I'm going to cut the grass and I'm going to get paid. And if you bitch and say, well, didn't you notice it was already cut? Why are you going to make me pay it? Because you never called me and told me, don't come over and do it. You never gave me notice. I was acting on our previous agreement. And you never gave me notice. So that's why we're giving them an opportunity. We're giving them an opportunity to fulfill the agreement that they took on, the obligations that they took on when they took on that position of
Chuck, is that yours?
Yeah.
when they took on that position of beneficiary. And also took on the authority to nominate the trustee for you. So we give them a notice of our intention to modify the deed of trust. We give them X amount of days, minimum 3. Then go and send them a notice of default. Unless they send some lying nonsense back, in which case you'll give them a notice of default, reset the clock. And then 4 days later give them a notice of default. Now once you've defaulted them, then the next thing you do is go down to the county recorder's office and record the modification of deed of trust. Then you let it cure.
How long?
4 days.
4 days. And
3
does
days
that
plus
have
a
to
day
be in the
later.
county that the house is in?
Yeah, sure does. That's on the modification. And don't let the recorder get away with not recording it because it's a rider to an existing document. If you let the recorder get away with not recording your document, I have no sympathy for you. It is a rider to an existing document. How could you possibly refuse to record it?
Yeah, that's what they
Just
did.
put page 28 down on the damn bottom of the damn thing and say, here, this goes on the end of that.
So failure to get it filed in the county that the house is in is basically a nullity.
But you're not going to fail because there's
Yes.
always a remedy.
Well, we tried 3 attempts with the county recorder in Maricopa, and they refused it. In fact, they took it in there and sat on it for 14 days. We went back twice.
It's accepted. It's recorded after 3 days.
It's recorded when you
When
release
it's
it
recorded
from
when
your
you-
hand
yeah,
on
when
the
you give
counter.
it to them,
That's
the money
right.
is
Held on
recorded.
to it.
They wouldn't
If
take
they
the
took
money.
your money,
They
you're
said they would have to take it
That's
under
the law.
review with the county
Well-
county council. And they
That's
there was
fine
a-
that you guys allow them to lie to you like
Yeah.
that. They are gatekeepers and they will do everything they can to get you off your point. That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't
And
it
it's
say
never
in the-
about what it's about.
Doesn't it
It's
say in
always
the
about
code that-
something else. What?
Doesn't it say in the code that they have to record it?
Well, yeah, it says in the code that they have to do all that stuff, but that's not what this is about either.
County recorder one.
This is not what this is all about either. This is, remember, it's never about what it appears to be about. We're going to go around the back door on this thing, okay? But you still have to give them the opportunity. You have to go in and give them the opportunity to record the document. Now, you have a gatekeeper standing here, and the gatekeeper wants to keep you from recording your document. So the first thing you do is you ask the gatekeeper 4 questions. You say to the gatekeeper, is there a mistake with the paperwork?
a mistake for the paperwork.
Whose is this? This little gray one?
Says my name on it, probably Jerry Day on there.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So
Question
is
number
there
2.
is there a mistake,
mistake
on the paperwork? What are they going to say?
It doesn't matter. If there's no mistake, record the document. It
Okay.
doesn't matter what they say. Oh, it's not the right type. Okay, how can I correct that? Well, you can't. Okay, then record it.
I'm not allowed to tell you how to correct it.
Can't give you
I
legal
can't give you
Thank-
legal advice.
Thank you very much. I am not, that's a good thing, you know, I'm not here asking for legal advice today. Last thing I want is any legal advice. All I'm trying to get is some information. Now, can you please tell me, are you authorized to practice law without a license?
No,
Are you authorized to make legal determinations for me and for my documents?
no,
Are you authorized to interfere in the commerce that I have with this bank and keep me from recording the documents on the public record on an instrument that's already in there. This is a rider
No.
and recorded document.